What's going on, you guys? My name is Marco Phillips. You're listening to Time to Dominate podcast. Let's go. So here's a daunting question. How do millennials like us leverage the internet to recruit 8 players into our downlines, make a massive impact in the world and their income, while having plenty of time for the other things that do actually matter to us? Well, this podcast is going to be answering those questions. My name is Marco Phillips, and you're listening to Time to Dominate podcast. Hey, what up, you guys? Hope this podcast finds you well. Today, I want to talk about teach what you're learning. Teaching what you're learning. So with everything that I'm learning, I'm podcasting it. I'm getting out there. I'm teaching. I'm sharing all that good stuff. But I also created a little small mini focus group of like the new guys that are coming in, and it's like a private Facebook group on Facebook. And what's going to be happening in there, you guys, is that everything that I'm learning, okay, from the courses that I've taken, from my mentoring sessions, from my coaching sessions, from being on the court, being on the field, actively doing this podcast, and soon like the YouTube too, like and all the stuff that I'm doing and all the stuff that I'm learning. In order for me to actually master it, right, I am going to teach it. Because in teaching it, I am also learning. In teaching the stuff that I'm learning from the gurus, from everything. Like and being on the field and actually doing it, I'm learning. It's actually going into quote unquote my subconscious mind, right? Man, like this principle is such a big deal. And because prior, here's the truth, I didn't really think like I can do this and I can teach this. I'm like, man, like I'm still learning myself, and I'm still like I'm still learning. But here's what I actually found out was even more true, is that in order for you to be able to teach something, you just need to be one step ahead. In order for you to teach something, you only need to be one step ahead. And recently, one of my coaching students that will put through this is like, hey, listen, hey, it's time for you to start podcasting. And they were like, wait, what? No way. Like, I'm like, listen, I talked about this like in the last episode about publishing. I'm like, hey, listen, you got to start publishing. Like, if you want free traffic, if you want people to kind of find you organically, if you want to just kind of become an authority, right? Publish. There's so many pros to publishing. There's like, okay, so, where do I start and what do I do? You can tell like you're super nervous, and like I was there, man. Like I was there. I was totally there, right? So like, where do I start? What do I do first? I'm like, hey, first and foremost, come up with your topic. What do you want to share to the world? What do you want the world to know you as and know you for? What skill? What expertise? What kind of angers you, right? What are you frustrated about that you found a solution that you like to share, right? So I started going through these kind of questions with them, and going, obviously, with the one-on-one, going in depth and coming up with like different things. And man, it was so beautiful to watch and so beautiful to see. And in doing so, what I'm learning in my own self is like, man, dude, like this is so cool. And some of the questions that I'm asking them, I'm like, man, I need to go back and revisit that. Let me go back and revisit that for myself too. Like I'll take a side note of it, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. When I get done, and like, man, as you're growing and becoming better, like, okay, how can I retweak my message? How can I refine my message, right? How is my audience and how's my market responding to what I'm putting out there? Who are the key people that are listening now? I'm geared to millennials. How much millennials are actually listening to this, and like all this stuff, right? I'm like, man, this is so cool. This is so cool. So all you need in order to teach something is to be one step ahead all the time. And this is what this calls for. and you being one step ahead, it means you constantly have to be learning, man. You constantly have to be in learning mode. To constantly, if you want to be the teacher, you constantly have to be learning, and you being in the teacher and you learning and you teaching it actually teaches you even more, right? You actually learn from teaching other people even more. So I want to put this out to you, man. Like with either value that you're getting from this podcast and other things that you tuned into, who are you teaching it to? Who are you teaching it to? And you can totally practice. I remember in MLM, there was like, hey, listen, just find some people and practice the marketing plan with. I remember starting. The marketing plan to me was like so difficult to learn in the beginning. I'm like, man, all these verbiage and words, like in this way in which you actually get paid, I don't really even understand it. I don't really know how to do it. And guess what? There was one time I had to actually go do a presentation on stage. I'm like, holy crap, right? Holy crap, what do I do here? I don't know. Like, at the beginning, you guys, like, huge total fear of public speaking. My palms would get super sweaty. My heart would start racing. You think that, like, I was about to get into a fight or I'm in a fight or something, right? I tell people now in their life, like, no, dude. I'm like, God, dude, you had no idea, right? My heart would race, and I'll get into the room, and we'll do like a pre-meeting. We'll do a pre-meeting of exactly what's about to happen. And just like, okay, cool. Here's step 1, step 2, step 3. Marco, you have your flow down packed, and it's like, yeah, okay, cool. They kind of rile you up. Yeah, man, dude, I'm super excited for he's about to go down. And one thing that always kept coming to mind is the top leaders would be like, hey, don't forget you're talking to the new people, right? Don't forget you're talking to the new people, right? For some reason, this gave me such a sense of calm because the new people have no idea what the heck is going on. All they want to see is an opportunity, and is it simple enough for them to do? And if it's simple enough for them to do, can they make enough money? And do they see themselves doing it, right? To alleviate whatever position in which they're in right now. And it brought so much calm. Like, okay, cool. I'm not trying to impress all these other guys that are already killing it in the business. Like, that's not who my message is for. So who am I talking to, right? And this is such a big deal in teaching, and you taking this on as well. It's like, man, okay, who am I talking to? Okay, I'm talking to the new guys. I'm talking to people that are just starting, that are where I was, right? It gives me such a calm, and I hope this could give you such a calm too. If there was a nervousness there, because such a huge nervousness in public speaking when I first started, I still get like I'm a lot more confident. Like I can definitely rock a room, not to toot my own horn, but like I'm confident because I've just done the craft a lot more. It's like, you do anything for a long period of time, you get eventually good and confident about it. You kind of know the flow in your head. I don't have to guess what's next. I know what's next, right? And then you can just kind of maneuver from there. So they gave me a calm, like, okay, the new guys have no clue what is happening. Okay, if I screw up, they don't even know if it's a screw up. If I mess up, they don't know it's a mess up, right? To them, it's like, oh, this is just kind of how it works, right? Until they come again and maybe they see someone else, like, oh, it's like, exactly, right? So it's totally cool, and it's totally fine to mess up in the beginning. Anyway, I remember, so after the pre-meeting, they'll have you stand in the back of the room. There'll be someone to do the intro. They'll cue you. They'll cue. It's like, hey, blah 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 blah. This is XYZ in this position in the marketing plan. They're about to come and lead the meeting tonight. Like, super excited for it. All that good stuff, and everyone will turn around, and then they look back, and like you're standing kind of in the middle of the chairs, like the chairs to the left. There's like, just say 30 chairs to the left, 30 chairs to the right, and there's like an aisle in the middle, and everyone just that's sitting in the chairs looks back to you, and then everyone just starts clapping. You take that walk, right? You get that walk. And it's just like, ooh, you get the feeling, you get the rush, like, oh my gosh, like all these eyes, people are putting their high fives in, and you're high fiving, you're clapping, and you're going. You finally get off the stage, you hug the person, or you say thank you to the person that does the intro, and everyone kind of, their head kind of follows you and they follow you on the stage, and everyone kind of has a sits down, and you kind of start a presentation like, just welcome you guys, all that good stuff, and I noticed like all I'm doing, right, because the marketing plan was such a difficult time for me in the beginning, all I'm doing is going over what I've just studied, right, on a bigger scale, right? All I'm doing is just going over like, hey, this is this, you start here, right, you move all the way up to here, and you do this, and this is how you get paid, and this is how you get paid. There's one way you're getting paid, 2 ways of getting paid, 3 ways of getting paid, like all that stuff, right? So the point is teach it. And in doing it over and over again, it clicked to me. It clicked to me from teaching it. I'm like, wow. When people don't know what's happening in my own head, or don't know what's happening in your own head. In teaching, it's like, oh man, this is how this really, really works, right? And the clarification questions that they ask, and you answer like, oh, okay. Or if you don't know, like, hey, great question, I don't know. Let's see, does anyone else know, right? And it's totally cool. So teaching solidifies you, right? Being able to really, truly know and craft your message. So I hope you guys found value out of this. Go ahead and teach what you're learning, because it's going to make it solid in you and in yourself. All right? Don't forget, it's your time to dominate. I'll see you guys on the top, and let's get it. Hey, thank you for listening today. If you found value, please subscribe and leave a review so we can reach others like us searching for a better way on how to use the internet to create leverage and truly dominate. How would you like to stop pitching and start attracting your downline on autopilot? If so, head over to timetodominatepodcast.com and grab the free training, and let's go.